All right. Well, welcome everybody. This we got a really great crowd. Everybody seems excited, so thanks for coming out. Really appreciate it. This is our first toast and roast of 2025, and Todd is going to look over all of the submissions, and let's start off with the prizes. The prizes are really incredible, so you're going to be really happy that you showed up here tonight. There is a prize for the best digital entrance as well as for the best physical. So that prize is going to be the same. The bundle 2 pack, the Superman and Batman autographed by Todd. They are 16.5 inches tall and 17.5 inches tall, respectively. They come with the comic book metal posters for each one, as well as a redeemable Superman digital collectible. So that is a pretty incredible prize. It's like $260 retail. For the second prize, you'll get both of that Hulk and the Spider Man. They are autographed as well. It's the Marvel bundle, Spider Man 301 and the Hulk 345. There's also going to be a third prize that is a random toy signed by Todd. And there's going to be two honorable mentions that are a signed comic by Todd. So it's really pretty amazing. So really happy everybody was able to come out. Looks like the chat is just blowing up. There's tons of people here, so I think we should get started. How you feel, Todd?
Let's do it.
All right.
So just so everybody knows, the way that it's going to work on my end, I'm seeing your submissions for the very first time, so I don't have any prior bias or anything. So I'm just going to be reacting in real time to the submissions that come down. Claudio, Shane, somebody keep track. Like I think we did last time. We got 10, and then we got down to 5, and we whittled it down, right? So I'll tell you whether to put it in the left side of the bucket or the right side of the bucket, and then you can tell me how many we have of each of them. So I don't know if you guys are gonna show up on screen what I'm looking at.
Absolutely. I'll advance each slide, and we'll take them one at a time. And Claudio, you're going to keep track of which ones go in the right buckets.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Seems like we've got a plan in place. Let's
Okay.
take a look at this very first entrance, and it is from the physical side.
Yeah, and so you can tell it's physical both by the visual that you see off to the side, and then if you see somebody's name, their handle in black, then that's sort of the physical side of it. If you see something in like light blue, then that's a digital version of it. So, and again, we've got sort of those two buckets that we're going to have our first, second, and third prize in there. So let me zoom in on this one. So the first one I'm seeing, how many do we have, Claudia? So I know how fast I got to go.
I believe we have around 30 entrances.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one is somebody doing a bit of a spoof on the sort of that classic Amazing Spider-Man 316 cover that was Venom sort of lurking over Peter Parker in his Spider-Man uniform. But I did sort of an homage to myself where I put Trummer out there over Spawn. So somebody came in here and tried to do a 3D. It's not bad. I don't mind it. It's fun. I like that you got the big hulking character that's there. And then you got Spawn that's down. Possibly the only thing that I would have liked to seen on it is that in that original drawing, Spider-Man, the guy down on the ground, or in the spoof, the Spawn cover, it was a lot closer to camera, so that the head was a lot bigger than the bad guy in the background. So it's a good pose, but if that image of the Spawn might have been just a little bit bigger, it might have replicated pretty good. So given that this is the first one, it's put it into the good slot because there's no competition against it right now.
Sounds good.
All right. So let's move on to the next one. And I failed to mention that fellow moderator, the comic guy, is handling the chats, and he's doing a fantastic job. So I just want to give a shout out to the comic guy out there. Thank you so much for all your help. This takes a village. All right. Here's our next one.
Here's our next one. So let me read here. This is interesting. So this one's doing, this is a digital version, but he's taken Superman, mixing them with Redeemer. So mixing the two sort of comic book worlds together, which is kind of cool. So this is a good, it's interesting because it kind of tells you a story. You got Batman sitting there going, it's a mistake, and Superman's going, well, let's just hear him out. We don't know what's going on. So the question is, what's everybody talking about? So it's always nice to have somebody try and put a story to it. So we'll put that one in the bucket because there's no competition against that one either. So far, both of them are in first place, right? It's always good to play your first game in Japan in the Major League Baseball because whoever wins that first game is the first place for anybody else. So yeah.
The use of shadow in this one is pretty interesting as well.
I love it.
Yeah. The monochromatic of it. Yep.
Yeah, agreed.
So, yep.
All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go to the next one, and it is another physical.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's okay. So somebody, man, okay, done right. Somebody, I mean, it looks like there's a bit of a filter over it to give it a little bit of a grit, but when you look at it sort of small on the laptop or on your cell phone, it can almost come across as like a painting.
Mm-hmm.
So nice. It looks like somebody made a cloth jacket for it. Looks like that this might be a little bit of custom on it, which is kind of nice. And then the chain, I don't know. I don't remember the chain. I don't know if we put the chains on them, right? Those are custom too?
Those are custom, yep.
Yeah.
Even the big lapel looks pretty custom as well.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Well, the jacket. As I'm saying, the jacket and the so he took what we had, which I thought was a strong figure, gave it a nice mood in the back, and then added some of the custom pieces to it. So this one's pretty sassy, and plus I'm a little biased. I like that gunslinger guy. I think he's cool. So so we'll put this one in the good pile.
Yeah, this is a good one. I like.
Yeah, I like it. I like nice mood. Nice.
The little cigarette smoke on there is pretty cool too.
Okay.
All right.
This one is from Holy for Holy. The next one is a digital version, right?
Digital.
This one is trying to do it. So for people who don't know, May 10th, that's interesting. The issue number 10 of Spawn, the comic book, I had brought on, there was 3 or 4 in a row where I brought on sort of guest writer. Issue number 10 was a character named Cerebus, which is the one that you see here, the little ghost image there, if you will. And the character was created by Dave Sim. Dave Sim, what's important about Dave Sim, besides he was a hell of an artist, is that he did the book called Cerebus that ran 300 issues. That was the book that I had to get up to 301 with Spawn to break the world's record. So coincidentally, this book that we did years and years ago, Spawn meeting Cerebus, nobody knew at that time that you were looking at was going to be a future record holder and then a character who was going to then break the future character holder. So, and in that, which is what you see down below, they go walking by a prison, and then there's like the arms of a bunch of characters from some of the other sort of quote unquote multiverses that are out there. And so somebody is doing a fun spoof on that one, and making it all. I don't know what the technique is. It looks like making it out of cardboard pieces, 2x4s or something.
Yeah, I think they're using the furniture that's in the app.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
very cool.
Yeah. Holy
That's
Free Holy is kind of a master of using the
Yeah.
online app, and
Wizard.
he uses the shelves and everything that's in there, and then pulls back from his perspective, and you can see different figures just from those shapes. It's pretty amazing.
wow. Well, yeah. So anyway, we've got Cerebus. We've got the big double page spread down below, and then we've got a big one of Spawn with the big folded cape. So
Like, look at all those shelves to make Spawn's cape.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
if you were to rotate that in the app, it would look nothing like it is here at this perspective.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of videos where he'll move the camera past, and all you see is stacks and stacks of shelves and boxes, and then he pulls it back, and then you can see the image appear.
Insane.
yeah, nice job. Okay,
It's a
now we have to have so we have to have a first, second, and third, and then at least one honorable mention. So we have to have 4 in each bucket, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so far we're batting 1,000. So this one goes into the digital bucket.
Yeah.
Just keep track of how many we got in each bucket, because I might ask, because that might determine what we've got. So
Sounds good. All right. Are you ready to move on to the next one, Todd?
yeah, Striding Cloud.
All right. Striding Cloud.
Again, physical.
It is a physical.
One, as you can see, with a little bit of digital in the background there. It's got cool Bizarro. Looks like he's yanking Batman in the back there. This is, I like the composition and everything else, but I'm going to just give a little minor tip for those of you that can sort of use and manipulate Photoshop a little bit. It looks like he posed both of those and took one photo for the two of them, which if you zoom in, you'll see that Bizarro's in focus and Batman in the back is out of focus. That's basically because a real camera lens can't focus on 2 things at once. It has to either pick the foreground or it has to pick the background, right? You've done it dozens of times yourself trying to take a photo. So the way that you could have sharpened this up a little bit, because the city is sharp, so it's not like the city got out of focus, is you could have taken the photo of the Bizarro and then taken another photo of Batman and then just shrunk him down and put him in the exact same pose, but he would have been sharp. So anyways, FYI, a little bit of a tip there, because I saw one of the other ones up above looked like it had a little bit of problem with one of the focus, and that's the problem when you've got multiple figures and you're trying to take one shot. Sometimes it won't put all of them in focus, but I like the composition of this. It looks like a comic book cover, right? So perhaps again, if it was a comic book cover, it might have gone down just a little bit lower with 2 figures, so I could get the logo up top and not feel like it was like touching their head too much, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but otherwise, it's a nice one. So I like this one. Put it in a good bucket. So.
Very nice. All right. Moving on to the next one.
All right, here's digital. So this looks like a little bit of what we call toon shading. It's maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. Panel 2, panel 1 looks like a toon shade. Maybe not.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, especially on the bottom panel, you can see kind of the outline. This is submitted by Stormy, who's just a huge supporter of our project and is in Discord all the time with just very positive vibes. He's a great human being.
Okay, let me read what his dialogue's saying. So I won't take any points away from him that he doesn't have the Spawn balloon. it's got the double ring and the gray fade, but because that's a tough one to replicate. So. Oh, 30 years for McFarlane Toys. Got it. Yeah, that's nice. Little story. Me talking to my character. Both of us enjoying the good ride you guys have given us. So, all right. Put that one in the good bucket.
Good bucket.
Good job, Stormy. Congrats.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I just want to interject real quick here before we move on to the next physical. Just a little bit about the platform for those that aren't familiar with the digital side. There is an app that you can use on your desktop, both PC and Mac, and that's what these artists are using to put together their digital collectibles and create these stories. So there's a kind of a living room area, there's a garage area, there's a downstairs basement, and you can place your figures all around there. It's really kind of fun to be able to put all the different intellectual properties that McFarlane Toys has access to, like Shrek and Spawn and Batman, all standing next to each other. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. Here's our next physical.
Back to physical. We got Sam Dot Figures trying to do a redo of Spawn #1. He's got the Spawn figure in there, and it looks like he might have made his own power spells coming out of the hands, which are kind of cool. And then we got the cloth cape on him. So I don't know if I remember whether this character came with the cloth cape or that this is a custom, that he took it from something else and or made it himself. But this one looks good. The only thing possibly I would have done is maybe gone in there, and this is where Photoshop comes a little better. You can paint the hands green, so it looks like he's actually casting the powers a little bit. I might have gone to like put a little bit of a sort of a light or a glow. Maybe a little bit of green. I don't and cast it onto the wall behind him, so that the wall wasn't quite so plain back there. There's a way to sort of fill that in, and in even some little props around you. But how many do we have in the physical one right now?
We got 1, 2, 3, 3.
Oh, well, we need 4 at least. So this goes in the good one.
All right.
So the first 4 of each one, you're going to get it no matter what, just by default. I need at least 4 in each one. So.
All right, you ready to move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's go to Baz, 1977.
All right, this is another digital.
Yeah. All right, let's see what this one's saying. Who's responsible for this delay? Just unacceptable. These POAPs should have been out by now. Oh, yeah. I heard the tech dude saying soon. So, oh, man, look at these guys. Talk about the POAPs. That's it. Giving them heck. Look at that. Commando Spawn giving us heck about the POAP. When I find out who's behind this, they'll wish they never heard of POAP. I'll check the McFarlane Discord. All right, you go check that out. We're gonna stay here, and then we need to find them. Okay. I'll patrol the city with my Berserker Dragon. Let's go. He's on Berserker Dragon to be continued. So that's kind of funny. Basically, a creative way to say, guys, where's your damn ball? Come on, man. So that one's good. So put that one in the good pile. So how many do we have? How many do we have in the digital side now?
In the good pile, we have 1, 2, 3, now 4 with this one.
Okay, so now I'm gonna have to start to go. Okay, it's full. So now everybody doesn't get a free ride. I got to start to get a little discriminating here. So.
And just a little information for those that might not be aware, when in this particular piece, when they're talking about POAPs, those are proof of attendance protocol. Those are images that we give out to those that show up to our trivia nights. They're just a little fun giveaway that we support everybody that shows up to our trivias. And yeah, they're just fun little digital extras that we give.
Yeah. And sometimes that like we give them out, and then at times we can actually then create value for them if we want. So we can say, hey, if you got 3 pull-ups, that means that you attended 3 things on your own. So there's a way of us thanking you. It might give you a discount on something, or put you to the front of the class on ordering something, or whatever. Blah blah blah. So it's the sort of the fun of the POAP system.
Yeah.
So next one, we've got toy mini natures.
I love this one.
Yeah, it is. This one's really cool because it's you got the stuff that's in focus in the foreground. You got the trees in the background that are out of focus, which is how it would work. Because, like I said, a lens can't focus on 2 things, even though this is all fake. But this is it. He's given the believability to it. But that we've got Airbender here, and there's Rye building a nest for that bird that's there. It's kind of cool. Again, I don't know if that's a fake bird or he just waited till a bird showed up and then 2 birds, I guess, and then put them in there. If he photoshopped it, either way, it's creative. It's creative either way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like this one. So
is he helping the bird build the nest, or is he eating the bird's nest?
Yes. So we put that one. We put that one in the good bucket.
Okay.
Well, or at least I don't want to call it good bucket, because if you don't go in the bucket, doesn't mean yours is bad. In the potential prize bucket, we'll call it. How about that?
All right.
There you go. All right.
Okay, his digital one. This is Brave and the Bold. This is going. This is who's the name here?
JPabs 201.
Who is
it? JPabs 201.
Okay.
That's our next digital.
Okay, so this one is a spoof on Brave and the Bold. Brave and the Bold. This is the style of what the comic book looked like, basically in the '60s, way back when. So somebody's doing a nice job of simulating an old sort of '60s version. So that means that even the background of the city and all that is okay to be simple, because the drawing and the artwork back then was kind of simple. And then you've got the 5 characters there. So, man, I gotta start. So this one's not bad. This is kind of intriguing, smart. So, all right, put it in there. I'm gonna have to go back to them and start deleting some of that. I put them all in the buckets. Oh man!
Everybody's in the bucket.
Yeah, everybody's in the bucket so far.
Yeah. This is a really cool way to show off the digitals, as far as you can maneuver them and put them in whatever position you want, and then create your imagery from that.
Yep. All right. Next one, Physical Sergio. This is really well constructed in terms of the pose, and then manipulating the Photoshop to get the electricity and it looks like the explosion and energy coming out of the ground. So this is, I mean, you could use this as if you had an ad for one of your toys.
Absolutely.
You could actually use that. So the quality on this one is really good. So I had one minor thing, Blue Beetle balloon. I'd make it smaller so there's not so much white around it. And then the guy screaming, I would have made that like 3 times bigger so that it really sang like, you know.
Yeah.
It was like, oh! So
Right.
and he was screaming. And then sometimes I even make it so big that it actually bursts out of the balloon itself.
Yeah.
So, but you have to sometimes. My guessing is that the whatever over-the-counter software they were using isn't quite that sophisticated, the free stuff. So, all right, put that in the prize bucket, because that one's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's a really nice one. All right, moving along is
DB Ruckus, man. He's got like Big Lebowski in there. I see off in the corner watching all this. He's got the UFC hidden in there.
Yep.
Oh, I love this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got He's got
Conor McGregor in the corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's
The
got
glowing,
Todd getting punched.
Yeah.
He's got a 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah. With his pants down. Yeah.
Yeah. Got Matthew McConaughey leaning against the post there.
Joker casually balancing on the Batwing.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The glowing Bane little stuff on his neck is really cool too. Just makes it stand out in the background.
Yeah. He's got like 6. It looks like 6 of them. So, yeah, this one's good too. So put it in a good man. Okay. Everybody's going to get prize here pretty soon. Oh.
I'll put it in the bucket.
Put it in the bucket. Jackie Jackson 2023. Oh, this is
nice.
This is a take on the new Superman movie.
Yeah.
Again, pretty creative with Crypto coming to the rescue. But I'm gonna pass on this one. Creatively, it's good. Just a little bit too much sort of white on white, which is the reality of it. So there should have been maybe just a little bit of creating the hole that he landed in just a little bit. But I like it nonetheless. I like it. So not bad.
Not bad.
Okay.
So not the bucket. You said not the bucket, right, Todd?
Not
the bucket, because I got to start getting a little discriminating now. Because then I have to go back, because I'm going to have more than 4 in each one, and then I'm going to have to whittle them down.
Yeah.
So we've got Mr. Ellis.
Mr. Ellis.
And Mr. Ellis, if nothing else, look at that top panel.
That is filled
with a lot of work and a lot of his creations in there. And again, all of those are digital. So we got the little Batman with the big cape down at the bottom underneath Wonder Woman. Kind of cool. In the center, we've got the nice big Wings of Redemption. I don't think it was intentional, but it almost looks like he's holding like a little baby Superman as his purse. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, that's good. And then he's saying, look, down below it says, look, will Wonder Woman do it this time? No one ever has gone out that door before. And then she goes to the door, and then, wait, what's that? And then all of a sudden, the bat signal goes off, and it says, to be continued. And the McFarlane Toys logo comes on, so who knows what's coming out. But it'll be continued in this next one. So nice storytelling, and I like that first one up at the top. So lots of work there. So put that in the bucket.
Nice.
Done.
All right. Moving on to the next one. It's another physical.
Yeah. So look, he's got Medieval Spawn, and this is a Medieval Spawn from the Kickstarter. Wow. So I've gone, what? Man, that guy looks good at that size. But it's like, oh, it's the Kickstarter. So a little bit of still a toy. So it's good. And then the dragon, one of our dragons there. And he's using sort of the copy and the colors that we use for our captions. So it feels like a comic book. So, not bad. So,
I love that dragon.
Yeah. Okay. Put it in the bucket.
Put it in the bucket. That figure is beautiful too.
It is.
Yeah.
I have mine sitting right here.
Nice. All right. Let's move along to the next one. The
comic guy. Okay, comic guy. Look at that. He's got the Spawn balloon right. He's got the Violator balloons right. He got the big logo. This looks like a comic book page. It's kind of fun page, right?
Yeah.
You just look at it and it just screams what it's supposed to do, which is supposed to be a comic book page. So I like this one too. Put it in the bucket. Oh man. You guys are all good. Holy herpy.
Every time you say bucket, I think of, you know, the Mr. Bucket toy from the 90s? Mr. Bucket. Anyway, every time you say it.
That's it. Okay, we got Mr. J. Mr. J. This one's actually kind of interesting. Again, this one could pass as a comic book cover. So Mr. J took the figure, posed it. Again, lots of Batman covers, Spawn covers, guys up at the top standing on gargoyle heads. But I like the lighting. The lighting's really strong on this and the graphic designing of it. And then he's got sort of the lightness of the city down below him. So this is a striking image. So I want to put that in the bucket.
Nice job.
Yeah, Mr. J does do some good photos. I see a lot of his work online.
Oh, nice. Very cool. All
right. So this one is
Rick Squad.
Next one is Rick Squad. Got a digital one. Got the Christmas theme in it. Got the snowman. Batman getting his back broken by Big Bad Bane, although he's wearing a Christmas hat. I don't know that those are season's greetings he's giving right now. But, the snowman's kind of interesting. Even the flower cart or whatever that is.
Yeah.
With the cake underneath, pretty creative, and the stuff hanging up there. So, but I'm gonna pass on this one, just for a couple minor reasons. One, I would have liked to seen something over on the street to the right there. It's a little bit empty, and then I would have maybe made Batman and Bane just a little bit bigger so that they're not about the same size as the snowman, so he's competing with the snowman that much. So
yeah.
But Snowman's super happy that Batman's getting broken.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. We got Dark Punisher. Dark Punisher. This one's good. I like this one. This one's going to go in the bucket. I know. Here's what I like about it is good posing, nice background, and then dramatic lighting. Right. So you put all that together, and you get a nice composition like you have here. It's sort of simplistic story, good versus evil, but like I was saying the other one where I'd like to see just a little bit of filler. Seems like doing a good job of selecting a background that feels like it fills the void around the characters, and it feels like maybe their battle's been going on for quite some time because there's a lot of destruction in the city. So you can put that one in the bucket.
Done and done.
Nice. All right. Moving
okay,
along.
The VV Vault. Let's see. It says time to put you on ice. Batman. This ends now, Mr. Freeze. You're too late, Batman. It's time for you to chill out. You won't get away with this. Enjoy the deep freeze. And then he turns him white. Time to freeze Gotham City. Man, these guys do these one-page stories. So there's good storytelling here, too, because Batman's there. Mr. Freeze comes, and then he starts to convert him, and then he turns into one of the frozen Batmans, right? So this is using a couple different figures to basically get your storytelling told on a digital form. So I like this one, too. Put it in the bucket. Oh, man. And the next one, I already know I'm going to like this one. Shoot.
I also like that VV Vault one, the use of the lighting from the Batmobile to create the lighting effect kind of underneath.
Yep. Yeah, no. And then he put the highlight on his chest in the first two panels.
Yeah.
So, again, like, well done. So.
Wow, this is like a full story here.
Yeah, holy heck. So I'm biased about comic books. I like comic books. So, and he's using some nice sound effects.
Yeah.
I'm not going to necessarily read it all. I just see that like these guys are like beating the crap out of each other. But the thing that works here is that there is a story being told. Like, Punch.
Mm.
Like if you look at panel 2, he throws Batman. He smashes against the wall, and Batman's getting up and then kicks him. So there's actually some continuity here, right?
Yeah.
If you actually look at it, which is the thing we have to do in the comic book. But just I would argue the sheer amount of time probably it took to set and stage 12 images to make one entry, right?
Absolutely.
So just for that enthusiasm, we're putting it in the bucket.
Putting it in the bucket.
It's in there already. I knew ahead.
Yeah.
And to your point earlier, Todd, when you were saying about the background, it was, this is really well composed as far as having a background that suits the storyline that they're telling.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is.
So next one's another physical one. This, I would say, falls into the same category as the Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Where you're using physical figures, and then somebody's coming in, dropping an artistic background, and then it looks like going in, taking the photo, and doing some manipulation to get the effects of the rain splashing off them and stuff like that. So this one is this one's really strong and powerful. And again, that position can be a little bit difficult, but he walk all over. What? Walk all over. Okay. He or she got smart. They got smart by the front foot of Bane casting that shadow to fill up that what otherwise could have been an empty space, right? And so when I'm saying sometimes you got to fill up space, it doesn't have to necessarily be with a physical thing or a bunch of stuff. Like it can just be like here, somebody's casting a shadow, or it could have been Batman's shadow from his cape or something like that, right? So the only thing, again, minor criticism, is if a little bit of the black on the inside of his cape had come up on his other shoulder, then it wouldn't have looked so much like a profile of the cape just on his back. But again, that's a small comment. So
I love all the little raindrops everywhere, especially on Bane.
Yeah.
Like on his quad, looks super cool.
Yeah.
And on the rooftop alone.
Yeah. And you make the raindrops look like their hands are in motion, right?
Yeah.
Where it's hitting the roof, it's kind of static, but then you look at his hand and it looks like it's flying off. So,
on his gauntlet, that's awesome.
Yeah,
heavy rain. Yeah,
it's a beautiful looking piece for sure.
Yeah.
All right, put it in the bucket.
Put it in there. I put it in there before you said it.
Okay. Spawn Hunter. This one's interesting.
Showing off their graded books.
Yeah, so he's got 2 graded books, 9.8, but then she's trying to simulate the covers with the toys, both of them, right? So you've got Tremor over Spawn, and then you've got another spoof of a spoof, which is Soul Crusher over Spawn, and then trying to do that with the 2 toys. So that's kind of cool. So and there's lots to look at in this image, so I like it.
Somebody in the chat was asking what the coin is. Do you happen to know what that is, Todd? Looks like a Spawn coin, right?
You know what? It might have been, and don't quote me, but the editor of the books, Thomas Healy, he made a bunch of coins, right? Just on his own, and then he just hands them out sometimes. So I don't know if that is what that is, or if I'm just mistaken and it came from someplace else, from some other thing. But
yeah, I think that's cool. Spawn Hunter's branded coin.
Oh,
okay.
It's his own coin. His name's Spawn Hunter. Okay, yeah,
Spawn Hunter. He has a huge Spawn collection. Shout out to him.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him creating his own meme coin right there.
Yep.
That is a super fan right there.
Yep.
Huge fan.
Yeah, very cool. All right, let's see what we got next.
Got Dark Spider David. Again, nice composition here,
Yeah.
right? Batman looking good. Flash looking good.
Mhm.
Man.
Yeah, they even put the barcode on it and the
Yeah,
artist names and made it look like
yeah,
a real comic book.
yeah, and the all the electricity around the hands and stuff.
Yeah.
So somebody did a nice job there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
In the
I have a
bucket.
feeling. I think this is going in.
put it in the bucket.
Put it in the
Again,
bucket.
the minor ones are things like, see Batman's boot toe.
Uh-huh.
See how it's just touching Flash's belt,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I call those tangent lines, right?
Yeah.
Like either make the boot a half an inch to the right, so it's like behind them, or a little bit, a quarter inch to the left. So, but just don't touch stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So I know it can be difficult when you got a lot of components, but I got this weird eye that I'll like. You can have like 1,000 things on a panel, and I'll find the two tangents like
Yeah.
in a heartbeat. So.
Well, I think that's what people tune in here for, is your artistic eye that you can help them make their next project even better.
Yeah. So,
All right.
all right,
Next,
put that in the bucket. Go to the next one.
Mr.
Right.
Ellis.
So this is really cool lighting, but again, so see the Spawn logo? See where it says
Yeah.
Spawn Toast and Roast? See the corner of it? It looks like it's almost touching the skull,
Yeah.
right? And then the bottom of I propose a toast. It's the shape of it is like feels like it's sitting on top of the cape, right?
Yeah.
So both of those could have just gone up, like up a little bit and gotten off the tangent. So, but anyway, cool.
Agreed.
But I like that. But I like the lighting on it. It's pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
Feels like a cover. Again, feels like a cover. Yeah. So put it in the bucket.
All right. Moving on to the next one.
All right.
Ring rust.
Batman. Somebody's trying to simulate the original artwork. They have the original artwork. That's kind of cool. This looks like signed by Norman Brayfogle, maybe. 1993. So Norman, if I got that right, if I got that signature right, he was sort of one of the hot Batman artists when I was in the business back then. So somebody doing a good job there. But Batman's kind of hidden a little bit. So, and I'm looking more at the art than I am at the figures. So I'm going to pass on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Moving on to the next one.
Fortnite King.
Yeah.
Man, this one's good too.
Yeah, mood lighting on this one for sure.
Yeah. So the composition on this is really strong, and the two characters and the way they put the comic book cover together. So there's a lot of things in here I really like. And he's got the big axe that Spawn had for a short while, from about issue 250 to 265 or something. But I think I'm going to pass on this one for one simple reason, although it's super strong, is I would have liked, I mean, it's mood lighting, but given that he's got a magical sword and he's got the glowing power and there's a moon there, oddly, I don't think it needed to be sort of as dark overall as it is right now. There could have been a little bit more fun, if you will, in doing sort of Hollywood lighting to make it as dramatic as it is. So,
agreed.
All right. So, Comic Guy. Oh man, Comic Guy's got two entrants.
Ah, nice.
So,
a physical and a digital.
Yeah. So Will Carlton's Monster in Love. You know, so I believe I believe Comic Guy actually does have a store.
Yes.
And if I remember, I think it's in Arizona even too.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Lake Havasu or something
Yep.
like that.
Absolutely.
So the Will Carlton, for those who don't know, there was a time where I was writing the Spawn comic book, and people going, Todd, you're not a good writer. You should get a good writer. You get a better writer on. So I hired this guy named Will Carlton, and when I put him on the book for about 10 or 15 issues, people said, "Oh man, this guy's not bad, and he's a way better upgrade than you, Todd." Which is okay. Like everybody's got. No, it's okay. Like my goal should be to try and find good people. But then they liked him so much that they were trying to invite him to conventions, and then nobody could find him. And the reason was because I was just signing my books. Will Carlton has a pseudonym, right? And so it's this thing that is interesting because it happened to me in high school too, where it's like if I sign it Todd, then the people don't think I'm a good writer, don't like it. But as soon as I wrote the exact same way and I signed it Will Carlton, then they liked it.
That's funny.
So
I love that.
And
That's
there,
funny.
there's been other times too where people go, Todd, you can't write, but this other writer you've had. I mean, literally other writers I've had, and then sometimes things go wrong, and I have to rewrite like 50 to 70% of the book.
Right.
Right. But I give them sort of the billing or whatever, and then they go, man, that guy really wrote this. So it's always weird. I just put somebody else's name, and then people go, "Oh, Todd, that guy's way better than you." But that was the subject. This is why I was good at math, because no matter what the teacher thought of me and how much they thought I had a bad attitude or I didn't dress right or act right, if they asked me what 4 times 4 was and I put 16 down, they had to give me the mark, right? So it wasn't subjective. And I'm the same way when I watch the Olympics. Right, the sports I like to watch the most are the ones where there's a clock. Right, the ones that I don't like nearly as much as the ones where they have judges and they give scores. Right, because there's just I think there's bias and there's politics, and so I just go, just put a clock, and whoever gets there the fastest, that's it. Like the clock isn't biased. So, but I think we got Comic Guy already in the bucket, so I'm going to pass on the bucket. So
I do want to just point out real quick. I love the image. It's like an actual comic book, page that you would do artwork on. He did that on the digital too. That was
the framing part of it.
Yeah, the framing. Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And just wanted to give you a heads up, Todd. There are 5 remaining, just so you know.
Got it.
All right. Next one is Bolt Z.
Bolt Z. So this one is good, and the composition is good in terms of where he's staging Goofy and Baloo, whatever else. But what I would have done slightly different, which is going to keep it out of the bucket, is that I would have made the characters bigger so that they weren't about the same height as their logo, right? Mm-hmm. So, one of the things that I try to stress when I try to do as much as I can when I'm doing covers and or pages a lot of time is that you're the director and you go, where do I want my eye to go? And you get to have control over it because you get to basically scale everything up and down and move the camera wherever you want. And so in this case, I would have put the Goofy Baloo logo up higher and then taken the Disney Mirrorverse and put it like down in the corner so that it gave you more room then to make your characters bigger, right? And depending on where you positioned it, then the figures themselves would have just been a little bit more prominent. So that's it.
Yeah.
So I'll pass on that one. Next one, Autonomous Ghost.
Autonomous Ghost. That's a nice looking piece.
Somebody getting clever here with this sort of, I think it's Batman 423, if I remember the cover number that seems to have a place in people's like iconic cover category. But so I like the composition. I would say that some of the other ones, even the one we just saw with Goofy and Baloo, become a little bit more striking when they're doing logos on them, right? And they simulate quote unquote a cover. So the artwork is simulated here, but this one might have had served better if it had some kind of logo at the top. I don't know whether it would have been Todd or Batman. I don't know what you call it, but it's good. But I'm going to pass on that one.
I do love that Batman statue. It is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
it's
piece.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Next one is Gobot.
Gobot.
Looks like we've got again one of our versions of Medieval Spawn, and then somebody's coming with their bike and they're drilling it into his head because you can see the sparks coming into the head.
Yeah.
So I like the thought. I like the fun part of it. The thing that gets lost a little bit here is that him hitting the head, that sparkling, could have been a different color to really draw your attention to it.
Yeah.
Because it's sort of kind of matching the color of the background and the ground, right? So a little bit more contrast. And then I think the angle of the bike coming could have been a little bit more severe, so it would turn sideways, so that it felt like it was coming from behind, not behind him, but like back further in the background, so that it doesn't look like a miniature bike compared to Medieval Spawn, right? Mm-hmm. The way that it's the perspective on it is, it looks like Medieval Spawn's kind of a giant, if you will, depending on whether you think that Ghostmaker is just normal size. But I like the thought, but I know there's others in the bucket that are cooler.
Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting that Gobot is a big supporter of the digital side. He's in Discord all the time. So it's fun to see, the digital collectors also using physical product. And yeah, it's good to see. I love it.
Yeah. All right.
Next one is Rick Squad.
Rick Squad. So this is
cool. This is hilarious. Sorry. That's it. So good.
So this is cool. This is cool. This is it's a good image. It's a fun image. The thing is wait a minute. This isn't folklore. The only criticism would be that I would have either lowered the two figures down so that their head, see how his bat ears are touching the copy?
Yeah.
Or I would have made that smaller so that it's not touching Batman. Or you could have put it like at the bottom of it so that we just saw the guy flying, and then put it at the bottom. Although if you put it at the bottom and you don't put it in the right spot at the right size, you might lose that he's above the clouds flying and stuff like that. But this one with the characters a little bit lower and probably a fancier font also, this thing would have been smashingly good. But put it in there because it might be one of the top four. So I don't think it'd be number one, but it might be a top four.
Sounds good.
All right.
And then we got Dapper Dan, and he's got his Hall of Green Lanterns here. All of them doing the power punch. Looking like Black Panthers up there, looking good. So we got the hold there. So this is a good collection. The lighting on it is diffused. So I'm sort of losing some of it, like some of the arms are getting lost with some of the black in the background and stuff like that. Yeah. So the staging's right. The lighting composition could have been better. So I'll pass on that one.
Yeah. And that is our last one.
Okay. Oh man. So now I got to whittle.
Yeah.
I got to whittle some of it. So
Well, at least you know they're all in the bucket, so we can go to the beginning, and you can now really get granular with it.
All right, let me roll this all the way back to number 1. All right.
okay. So if we go from like number 1 to number 33, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So remind me then which ones are in and which ones are okay, hold a second. How many do we have in the, let's go physical, or let's go digital first. How many are in the digital?
We have, let me count. We have nine digital.
9 digital. Okay. So we'll do the 3 prizes, and then we'll do 2 or 3 signed comic books. So give me the number then. We got number
So
2.
we got Striding Cloud is the one with the silhouettes and the
But just give me the number.
slide number 4.
Oh, okay. Oh, so 4. Okay.
Okay. Then we've got slide
6.
number 6 is Holy Free Holy.
Okay. And then
That's
we've
the
got
one with
8.
service. Yep.
We've got 8
is Stormy.
Yeah.
And then after that we've got Baz 1977.
Okay. What number?
That is slide number 10.
Oh yeah, there's another. Got it. Okay.
And then we move on to, and these are, I don't know which ones are in the bucket, Claudio. Is this in the bucket as well? Okay, slide number 12. This is the Justice League by J. Pabs.
Okay, so I'm gonna eliminate this one just because I think there's some stronger. So
okay, sounds good. And then we move on to the big
DB.
Yeah, this is the DB Ruckus. This is the one with almost every character on display.
Okay, it's not bad. We'll keep that one.
That's slide 14.
We have Mr. Ellis is next.
Okay, Mr. Ellis also
16,
showing off.
There's a lot of work on that one.
That's number 16, slide number 16.
Oh man, the comic book cover, that one's good too. Comic guy. 18, slide 18.
Yeah, slide 18. Yeah, comic guy, yep.
Okay, so we'll keep that one around. So what's the next one?
Is the I don't think
Batman one?
Slide 20.
Nope, that's not. That's it for the digitals.
That's it. Okay.
That's it for the digitals.
But number 22, we didn't put 22 in there.
What was 20?
VV Vault Master.
Oh, you know what?
That did make it. Yeah,
my mistake. That made the bucket.
Yeah, that's the one that he freezes him.
Yeah.
Nice use of lighting.
Okay, so how many did I get rid of? Only 2.
You got rid of 2.
So we're down to 7.
1. Seven. No, actually 8, because I just added that Mr. Freeze one to my bucket.
Oh man. All right. So man, now I got to get harsher. So let me just see. So slide 4. I think I'll eliminate slide 4.
Okay. Striding Cloud.
Yeah.
You got so close.
Yeah. I think I will eliminate slide 8.
Okay.
That's Stormy.
Oh,
I like it. I like it, and I like the enthusiasm. But I'm going to keep 10 just because I like the fun of talking about POAPs. My characters talk about POAP, so they both have that same sort of tune shading.
Yeah.
So I go, you know what? I want to pick. I'll just pick one of that style. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, this was a coin flip, and I picked that one. So and then what else we got? So now we got the 2 group ones.
Big group DB. Yep.
Yeah, you got DB Ruckus.
All right, so I'm gonna. Oh man.
And Mr. Ellis.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's a tough call.
It is difficult. So,
I think the most important thing is, sounds like I'm looking at the chat and everybody seems to be having a good time. So that's the most important thing.
all right. So how many is that then?
We are sitting now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Digits.
So 6?
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. So that's it. So we'll do 3 signed comic books. So everybody's in the bucket. Now I just got to go 1, 2, 3 though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me look on the side because I'm looking at it differently than you guys, and let me see if I can pick the winner here. I think I'm going to go.
And just a shout out to all those people that submitted their digital collectibles in their space and took the time to utilize the app and show off their stuff. It's great. Love to see it. Whether you're a physical collector, digital collector, we're all just collectors.
So I think I'm going to go, and again, man, there's lots of good winners here. So I think I'm going to go with slide 16.
Mr. Ellis.
And the reason for that is that and that's where he did, which is why I sided with him over DB Ruckus in terms of having a lot of stuff. That he put a lot of stuff in there, and so did Ruckus, and he told some fun stories. But then he did the panel storytelling down below, and created like a mini story on top of it.
Yeah.
So that was it. I just given it a little bit of an edge to just go, oh, okay. Told the story there. So we'll go first place with that one. And then I quite like.
And just a little heads up for everybody that's in the chat. For all of those who end up winning, you'll need to come into Discord and submit a ticket in order to get the prize. So you'll need to sign up for Discord and come join us over in that side.
Okay, second place I'm going to give to the Comic Guy.
Nice.
Along the same lines that, I mean, this one, just because it actually just reminds me of how I do comic books. So it's like a throwback, and it's kind of cool. It looked like he did some Photoshop manipulation and stuff like that. So, but it's just a fun page to look at instead of like an image to look at.
Yeah, I love the use of the green for the you call those gutter lines, right? Is that in between the panels?
Yeah, borders. Yep.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Congrats, Comic Guy. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then probably number 3, I'll go with Holy for Holy, just on the sheer creativity part. Again, there's others that, again, the art is arguably more sophisticated per se, but sometimes you have to tip your hat on the ingenuity of people and what they're doing there. So that'd be 1, 2, and 3, and then everybody else gets a comic book.
Nice.
And then in the other bucket, how many are in that?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There's a lot.
14, 15.
Oh,
a little bit more for you.
Okay, we got 15. Okay, let me just see here. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit fast just to let my gut and my instincts go here. So I'm gonna eliminate 3, slide 3.
Okay, that's Moise.
Right, and that one, and again, it might have got slipped in a little bit because it was up at the front just a little bit.
these events just bring me a lot of joy. Just seeing the physical collectors come together with the digital collectors and sharing the same space, just sharing of their enjoyment of collecting. It's makes me happy.
Yeah. Oh man, there's a lot. 26. I'm just going to eliminate that just for one silly reason that the yellow on the figure, which is the yellow we actually made them out of, given that there was all the light and everything going on, could have been manipulated a little bit to just give him a little bit more believability. Like there's a cool lighting on Batman that we maybe could have carried over. So I'm going to arbitrarily walk away from that one. 27. I'm going to eliminate 27. Just,
Mr. Ellis.
yeah,
Mr.
I mean, it's
Ellis.
good. And the reason is because of those two tangent lines. So keep that in mind next time, because I'm a stickler for tangents.
Yep.
The 34, the flying Batman, again, tangent line on his ear. If I'm getting rid of tangents, I got to get rid of this one for the tangent too.
Yep.
So, because we got to not only got to do composition, but we got to be good designers, boys and girls. So, from the bottom, my first one from the bottom would be 29, no, 28, no, 27, 25. Is 25 the biggest number that's still left of the ones that are in the physical side?
25.
25 is Spawn Hunter with his homemade coin.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's no numbers below. There's no other numbers higher than, if I've eliminated, there's no numbers higher than 25. Is that correct?
Claudio's checking.
There's Striding Cloud. I think he was one of the first ones.
No, but I'm saying in the slide we got them numbered. So I'm saying that the highest number should be 25.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Well, number 26 is the Flashpoint one.
And I eliminated that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's gone. You okay? And then, yeah, you're right. Yep.
25. Okay. All right. So, man, let me see what else we got here. Oh, man. There's a lot of good ones.
Gets tough.
It is getting tough.
Yeah.
You guys are making me work on this one.
Well, while you're thinking there, I'm going to give a quick shout out to Dee and Hinano, who are in the crowd. They do a podcast called the Real on Comic Podcast, and they are just fantastic. A family that does a podcast, and they cover McFarlane, and they're great human beings. So shout out to them.
Well, congratulations to them. Keep it up. Keep it up. We could use a million more like you. So, all right. Slide 17, I think. I'm going to eliminate. Let's see what else. Oh, man,
17. Sorry, that was 17 with Spawn versus the Dragon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slide 9. I don't know if we put it in or didn't. Or I think I didn't put 9 in because of the white of the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, the white wall.
And then we eliminated 7, right?
Yep, 7 is Bizarro tugging Batman behind him, Striding Cloud.
Okay. So I've got, let me see if I'm going to count in my head what I've got. You tell me if I'm right. I've got slide 5.
Is the Gunslinger.
Yeah. And then the next one would be 11.
Yep, that's the Avatar.
13.
And that is Sergio's with
Blue Beetle.
a Blue Beetle. Yep.
Next one would be 19.
That's Mr. J with the Batman.
Mr. J, Batman, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think Darth Punisher.
Yeah, 21,
Oh yeah, the Superman and
23, 24. That's 7. Oh man. Okay. Man. So I think I'm gonna eliminate. I hate to do it, but number 25, Spawn Hunter.
yeah.
So that means. So how many does that leave? I whittled some down. So how many is that?
I have 9 on my list.
Still 9. Holy herpy. Okay. So why don't we do then 3, and then the other 6 would be honorable mention.
Okay.
Sure.
So we'll give them 6. So now what I need to do is pick a 1, 2, and 3.
Exactly.
Just really quickly. Let me just look and see which ones catch my eyes.
And just a shout out to everybody that submitted and took the time to put these together. Just shows your love of collecting and sharing it with all of us. We really appreciate it. So thank you for doing that. Did really great work.
Yeah, really good. Really like it to the point that we're only supposed to pick 4, and I'm at 9, and I'm struggling.
Yeah.
So, so I think I'm going to give first prize to slide 11.
Okay. Slide 11.
Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
Just because there's a story, it's fun, and the logo placement and looked like it just. There's nothing catching my eye that says, you know what, that could have been a little bit bigger or better or something like that. So it's pretty. This one's really, really solid. So we're gonna go number 1. We're gonna go first prize with that. I'm going to go second prize. I'm going to go to slide 24, which is the one with Batman and Bane with all the rain.
Oh, yeah. That's a beautiful piece.
Yeah, it is a beautiful piece.
Daniel, you commented in the chat that my audio was low. Let me know if this helps. If you can go ahead and comment. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And then I think I'm going to go third. I'm going to go. Man, there's so many I could go with. Because I like the Gunslinger. I like slide 19. I like the Batman with the lighting.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to go to slide 23 just because lots of story, lots of work. It's just fun. It's just fun to look at, right? And it's just kind of cool. But all the others, like I said, they're all coin flips. I could have mixed and matched them all. But and then the other 6 will do honorable mention, and then hope whoever didn't sort of make the grade are going to be the winners next go round.
Yeah. So we got 1, 2, and 3, Claudio.
Yep.
Okay. And just a reminder, everybody, that you'll need to come into Discord, submit a ticket to get your prizes. So we really appreciate that. And also want to give a shout out. Looks like Kid Arcade is also in the chat, and he's also a content creator, and he talks about McFarlane a lot. So, yeah, he's a great content creator and a great person. Got a chance to meet him in person in Vegas. So we've got a lot of great people in the audience.
Well, thanks for coming, Kid Arcade. We appreciate you spreading the gospel about our community, not ours specifically, but just toy geekdom in general. So it's a good big area to play in. So everybody doesn't have to like everything we do. I think it's just more valuable that we have people that just like action figures and collecting as a whole, right? And if we sort of do our job right, then it's cool when people say it, and if we don't do our job right, it's okay when people sort of take us to task for it too.
So, yeah, I agree. Yeah, and just a little heads up for everybody that is in here in the chats. If you hadn't had a chance to join Discord before, it's a great place to just get deeper into the collecting with McFarlane toys. We do trivia nights every so often. It's just a great community, and There's prizes during our trivia nights that we host every couple of weeks, and they're just fun events. And like I said, it's a great place to get deeper into the collecting hobby. If you're a fan of McFarlane Toys physical product and you want to get closer and deeper into the project in general, Discord's the place you want to be.
All right. Well, I'm going to check out. My wife said that I'm late for dinner right now. So,
before you take off, I do want to mention that we have finally hit 100,000 subscribers.
Wow.
On YouTube.
Wow.
So expect that big play button in the mail.
Wow.
That is
Congratulations to everybody. That's cool, right? Like, yeah, it's weird. I just sort of do my stuff and then people always sort of tell me the numbers later, but yeah, that's fun. That's we'll have to I'll have to come here and figure out how to hang out here a little bit more often because I get pulled in a lot of different directions, but it's always nice. And then I like to do the Q&A stuff too, right? To actually talk to some of the fans themselves. So.
Yeah.
Next up, 1 million subs.
We'll
get there soon.
Well, let's go for let's just add 10. Just go for 1,000.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it. So.
And speaking of Todd being pulled in 100 directions, he also does come into our Discord periodically, and so you get a chance to chat with him directly into Discord. So that's you get closer to the project.
Yeah, sure. yeah. Especially when I got like downtime or my wife's out of town or something like that, then I'm like going, oh man, I'm gonna go hang out with you guys. So
absolutely. Well, thanks so much. This was great. I had a great time. Hope
thanks for everybody who entered. Like I said, these are completely subjective. I'm basically doing what I hated, which is like I'm like being one of the judges in the Olympics. And if you got me 2 hours later, I might have picked 3 different one through 3. So don't get discouraged. Doesn't mean we didn't like it. It just meant that we got a clock, and I had to just pick something for this hour in my life. But I appreciate everybody sort of coming by and doing the hard work, and maybe we said something or you saw something that might inspire you for the next go around.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll have to do another one of these soon.
Yeah. All right. Everybody be good.
All right. Take care.
See you, Tom.
All right. Bye.
Dinner sounds good right about now, too.